For this game, we only need the flag cards, so we start by removing the cards with the Borders logo on the back. We then shuffle the cards and place them in a stack, flag side up. How to play Lineup with your Borders cards. Lineup is a game to play once you are starting to get familiarity with the flags and starting to learn which countries match which flags. In this game, each player is dealt a hand of cards, and the aim of the game is to play all of your cards to the table and be the first person to run out of cards. To start the game, you take the top card of the deck, you choose one of the statistics, for example, the population, the area, the population of the capital city, or the latitude or longitude, and you place it on the table. Players then play cards from their hand by picking a card from their hand and looking only at the flag side without turning it over to look at the countryside. They take the card and then decide whether the card is lower or higher than the card already on the table. So for this card, let's say we're playing with population, and we say that the population of this card is lower. We turn it over and it is lower. So this is correct. Then the play continues clockwise between the players. So the next player takes their card and has to then decide whether their card is lower than the lowest card, higher than the highest card, or comes somewhere in the middle. So we look at this card, and let's say the player thinks that it comes at the lowest end. They flip it over, they see it's actually 9.6 million, so it was higher, so therefore it was a mistake. They then put the card next to the deck face up as a mistake, and then draw a new card to replace it and add that to their hand. Play continues, so the next player then does the same thing, takes a card from the hand, thinks this is maybe higher, turns it over, and sees it is correct. It is higher population, so that's fine. Our next player takes a card, looks at it, thinks it's probably between these two, so puts it in the middle and turns it over, and that is correct. And you continue going until one player runs out of cards and they are the winner. As you'll tell, the game gets more complicated as more cards go to the table because you have to be more precise to fill in the gaps between the numbers. But we'll leave it to you to come up with the best strategies for playing Lineup with your Borders cards. If the deck runs out and there's no clear winner, because nobody has run out of cards in their hand, then you can either say the person with the fewest cards in their hand is the winner, or you can shuffle the cards that were incorrect the first time to make a new draw pile, and optionally clear the lineup, turn the first card over to make a new lineup, and then play on. If you clear the lineup before starting again with the second set of cards, then it makes the game easier. If you don't clear it, it obviously gets harder, but you will have seen the cards once before, so it can help you to learn them and to work out which ones go where in the lineup. For families, Lineup can also be played cooperatively. So you have one hand of cards, which is shared between all of you, and together you make a decision about which card to play next and where in the lineup to put it. And your aim is to try and play out your hand as quickly as possible, or to see how many cards you can play correctly to the lineup without making mistakes. The other way of playing cooperatively is to, instead of having a hand of cards, is to draw from the deck every time, and your aim is to see how many cards you can put into the lineup and not counting the ones that you got wrong. So each card that you look at, you think about where it would go, check the card, and if it's correct, the lineup grows, and if it's incorrect, it goes to the side. And at the end, you count up how many you got, and you try as a family or as a group to make the longest lineup you can. I hope you have a great time playing Lineup with your Borders cards, both competitively and cooperatively. And do let us know if you have any other suggestions for ways to play this game.